Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
योगः कर्मसु कौशलम्.
Hello friends, this is Professor Neelam Panchal from Gujarat University and welcome you all in this session on importance of coordination and integration in organizations. Friends, let us see the introduction. So, in an increasingly complex and interconnected world, organizations face a multitude of challenges that requires the effective coordination and integration. Now, these two elements are critical for aligning resources, enhancing communication and achieving strategic goals. So, here in this session, it is going to delve into the importance of coordination and integration, examining the impact on organizational performance and employee satisfaction and long-term success. Let me tell you what are the objectives of the session. So, the objectives of the sessions are to make you understand the role of the integration and a coordination in an organization, to understand the concept, features and elements of coordination, to understand the techniques and the principles of coordination, to make you understand the role of integration in an organization and to make you understand the relationship between the coordination and integration. Friends, let us understand first of all what is the coordination and integration. So, let us see the definition of coordination first. What is coordination? Can you think in your mind what is coordination? As the name suggests, it must be coordinating, right? Let us try to see what it is actually. So, coordination is a process of organization and synchronizing the activities among the various departments or the teams within an organization, right? It ensures that the different parts of the organization work together efficiently towards the common goals, right. So, effective coordination involves the clear communication, defined roles and a structured processes to align the efforts and the resources. Integration, on the other hand, it refers to the unification of various organizational goals and components to a function such as a cohesive whole. So, these concept emphasizes the interdependence of the different functions and promotes a seamless flow of information and resources. Integration ensures that all the parts of the organization work towards shared objectives, minimizing the barriers between the departments, right. Let us try to see the relationship between the coordination and integration. So, coordination and integration are closely related but distinct concepts. Coordination focuses on the operational aspect of aligning tasks and activities, often addressing day-to-day function. It aims to harmonize the efforts and enhance the communication, preventing overlaps and inefficiencies. Integration is a more strategic and a holistic and aiming to create a unified vision for the organization. It looks at how different functions interconnect and support overall goals, fostering collaboration that transcend individual departments. Together, coordination and integration, they create a synergistic impact and the effect that enhance the organizational performance. So, when the coordination is effective, it facilitates the integration by ensuring that various parts of the organizations are aligned. Conversely, a strong framework of integration enhances the coordination by creating a common purpose and a shared vision among the employees. Let us try to see what is the importance of understanding coordination and integration. So, the first point of importance is enhanced collaboration. Recognizing the need for both coordination and integration, it encourages the teamwork together, okay, and it breaks down the silos that can hinder the performance in the organization, right. Friends, the second important point that is coming over here is improved efficiency. Understanding this concept, it helps the organization streamline the processes and reduce the complication and the duplication of the efforts and enhance the overall productivity. Okay. Thirdly, if you see, strategic alignment is also important. Okay. So, what happens is when you integrate the various functionalities, organization can ensure the strategic alignment, okay, and it can ensure that somewhere there is a situation that may come that is leading to the strategic alignment. Okay. Fourth important aspect is, you need to look into the adaptability. So, a clear understanding of coordination and integration, it allows the organization to respond more effectively, okay, to the changes in the market, and importantly, with reference to the technology, with reference to the customer needs, it is important to see, right. So, we can say that coordination and integration both are very foundational and fundamental for the success of any organization, right. So, when the coordination and the integration is there, it ensures that all the parts work harmoniously towards the shared objective, foster a culture of the collaboration and a continuous improvement. Let us see what is the importance of the coordination in the organization. Okay. So, effective coordination is vital for the success of any organization regardless of the size or the industry. It serves as a backbone for ensuring that different departments, teams and individuals work together seamlessly towards the common goals, and there are some key reasons why coordination is important in an organization. So, the first key reason is enhanced communication. So, the first point in that is a clear information flow. Coordination, it promotes open channels of the communication, ensuring that the information flows smoothly across the different levels and the departments, and these ensures misunderstanding and the errors, and it facilitates the better decision making. Secondly, feedback mechanism. Friends, effective coordination establishes the feedback loops, okay, and where the team members can share the insights, the challenges and suggestions, okay. So, these create a culture of the continuous improvement and adaptability. The second important point why integration is needed is improved resource management. So, what happens is it leads to the efficient resource allocation, right. So, coordination, it helps the organization in optimizing the use of the resources, including time, personnel and materials. By aligning the departmental goals with the organizational objectives, resources are allocated where they are the most needed, minimizing the waste. Secondly, avoidance of the redundancies. So, through the coordination, organization can identify and eliminate the redundant efforts, okay, across the teams. So, this not only saves the resources, but also enhance the overall productivity. The third point is increased efficiency, and it includes the streamlined processes. Okay. So, what happens is the streamlined processes is very, very important because the coordinated efforts, it leads to the development of the streamlined processes that reduce the bottlenecks and the delays. So, when the teams understand their roles in the larger framework, the tasks are completed more quickly and effectively. Okay. Secondly, enhanced responsiveness. So, when the organization that prioritize the coordination can respond more swiftly to changes in the market or the customer demands, these agility is essential for maintaining a competitive edge. Fourthly, greater accountability. So friends, the defined roles and responsibilities is very, very important. Effective coordination involves the clear defining the roles and responsibilities. Now, when the employees know what is expected from them and how they work distributes and contributes to the overall objectives and the accountability of the organization, and their accountability on auto mode, it is increasing. Next is a performance tracking. Now, this is very important, right? Because with the established coordination mechanism, organizations can monitor the progress, which is very, very important. Okay, and then effectively, since I know that my progress is evaluated, I would work more effectively. And these transparency, it fosters the culture of accountability, motivating the employees to meet their goals. Okay. Next is team cohesion and morale. Friends, it is very important to build the relationships. Okay. So, if there is a coordination, it encourages the collaboration and a teamwork. It will help in building the strong relationship among the team members, and this sense of belonging enhances the morale and a job satisfaction. Another point coming over here is a conflict resolution. See, what happens is if there is no coordination, there is a conflict. So, a coordinated approach can facilitate conflict resolution by promoting open dialogue, because everyone would be, open to tell anything, and there will be understanding among the team members, right. So, when everyone is aligned toward the common goals, then the conflict are less likely to escalate. Okay. Now, the next point is enhanced decision making. Now, this is very important because it involves a diverse perspectives. What happens is coordination is allowing for input from various departments. Why? Because they are coordinated, everyone is involved and everyone would try to give. So, each stakeholders, it lead to more informed decision making because each stakeholder is involved. Now, these diversity of perspective, it can lead to the innovative solution and the strategies. Another thing is a timely decisions. Now, this is important because when there is effective coordination, the decision making processes are accelerated. People are time bound, people are managing the time, and the communication and the aligned objectives, it enable quickly respond to the challenges and the opportunities that may come to the department or the organization. Another point is alignment with the strategic goals. It involves a unified direction. So, what happens is coordination ensures that all the teams and the departments are working together towards the strategic objectives. Now, these alignments, it creates a unified direction for the organization, right? Okay, can you think of what can be the other point? Just think over in mind and be with me, try to understand the coordination and its importance, right. So, the next is a long-term success. Organizations that prioritize the coordination, friends, they are equipped to achieve the long-term success, right. So, by aligning the daily operations with the strategic goals, they can adapt to the changes and they remain focused for their mission and a vision. So, simply we can say in nutshell that coordination is a very, very essential for ensuring that all the functionality and all the parts of the organization work together harmoniously, right. It enhances the communication, it improves the resource management, it increases the efficiency, it fosters the accountability, and it boosts the team morale, right. So, by recognizing the importance of coordination, organizations can create a cohesive and agile work environment that drives the success and adaptability in an ever changing landscape of the organization. Friends, you need to understand that prioritizing coordination ultimately leads to the better performance, increased employee satisfaction, and sustained competitive advantage. So, in whichever organization you are going in future, you need to understand that coordination is a key to success. Okay. Now, let us try to look into the importance of integration in the organization. Okay. So, integration within the organization is again very, very crucial, okay, for fostering a cohesive environment where various functions and teams collaborate effectively towards the shared goals. Okay, so it goes beyond mere coordination. When we are saying integration, it talks about the processes, the systems and cultures together to create a seamless operational framework. Okay, so what are key reasons why integration is important in the organization? Let us try to understand one by one. The first is unified strategic vision, okay, and it includes alignment of the goals. Okay, friends, can you tell what is your goal? Or if you are working in an organization, what is your organizational goal? Many times people don't know what the goal is, right? But if there is an integration, it ensures that all the departments and the teams, they work together towards a common strategic goal and a vision, right? The alignment helps clarity of the organizational priorities and objectives, enabling everyone to understand how their roles contribute to the overall mission. Second is a consistent messaging. So, a unified approach promotes consistent messaging both internally and externally. These consistently reinforces the organization's identity and values, fostering a stronger brand image. Okay. Next is enhanced collaboration, as the name suggests. Okay, it breaks down the silos. So, integration, it helps in eliminating the silos within the organization, and it encourages the department to collaborate more effectively. Now, what happens is when the teams work together, they share the knowledge, skills, resources, and it leads to the innovative solutions. Next is a cross-functional team. So, integrated organizations often utilize cross-functional teams, okay, to address the complex challenges. These teams brings diverse perspective and expertise, enhancing problem-solving capabilities and creativity. Okay. Now, the third is improved customer experience. So, it includes the holistic understanding of the customer needs. Okay. So, integrated system provide a comprehensive view of the customer interactions across the various touch points. Now, these understanding allows the organization to tailor their offering to meet the customer need more effectively. Okay. Next is a consistent service delivery. Now, this is important when different departments are really integrated. They can deliver the consistent and a cohesive customer experience because all are united and they work for a common goal, right? It leads to the loyalty. It enhances the customer satisfaction, which is a key to the success in the organization. Another point is a streamlined processes. So, friends, what happens is here there is a efficiency gains. Okay, so integration reduces the redundancy and bottlenecks in the organization and the processes, and by aligning the workflows and sharing the information, organizations can streamline the operations. Okay, it leads to the faster turnaround times and reduce the cost. Next is enhanced decision making. Okay, so integrated data system enable timely access to the information, facilitating informed decision making, and with a real time insights, leader also can respond quickly to changing circumstances and seize the opportunities. Okay, so it includes the innovation and agility. Fostering a culture of innovation, that is the first part over here. So, an integrated approach encourages collaboration and knowledge sharing, okay, which are essential for fostering the innovation. Employees are more likely to share the ideas and experiment when they work in an interconnected environment. Okay. Next is a greater agility. So, integrated organization can adapt more rapidly to market changes or disruptions. Okay. So, when the teams work together seamlessly, they can pilot strategies and processes to meet the evolving demands. Next is a better resource management. and it includes optimal resource utilization. So, integration allows to manage the resources more effectively by providing a holistic view of the resource allocation and utilization. Okay. So, this leads to the better planning and reduce the waste. On the other hand, enhanced accountability is one more part. When the departments are integrated, accountability increases and the teams are more likely to take the ownership of their contributions to the shared goals, leading to the improved performance. Okay. Another point is a risk management. Friends, comprehensive risk assessment is the first aspect over here. Why? Because comprehensive risk management will be taken care of when the integrated approach facilitates a more comprehensive assessment of the risk across the organization. So, by sharing the information and insights, teams can identify potential risks either and develop coordinated responses. Another point is a crisis management. So, in times of the crisis, integrated organization can respond more effectively. Okay, a unified approach allows for the quicker communication and decision making, minimizing the impact or the disruptions. Okay. Next point is long-term sustainability. Now, this is very important for any organization. Building the resilience, that is, integration is contributing the organizational resilience, okay, by fostering the strong relationships and collaboration among the teams. Now, these resilience is a crucial for navigating the challenges and ensuring the long-term sustainability. Now, can anyone think of what can be the strategic growth over here? Let me tell you that organizations that embrace the integration, it can position for the sustainable strategic growth. Okay. So, by leveraging the synergies across the functions, they can pursue the more opportunities and they can expand their market presence for the more effectiveness. Okay. So, we can say that in nutshell, integration is essential for creating a cohesive and the work environment is called agile and a customer focused organization. So, by aligning the strategic goals, enhancing collaboration and streamlining the processes, integrated organizations can achieve greater efficiency and innovation, right. So, the benefits of integration extend beyond the internal operations. It results in the improved customer experiences and a long-term sustainability. As the organizations continue to face an increasingly complex business environment, prioritizing integration will be the key to the success and competitiveness in the future. Okay. Now, after understanding what is the importance of coordination separately and what is the importance of integration, let us try to understand the challenges that may come up while you are coordinating or integrating. Okay. So, let us try to see the challenges. Now, friends, one aspect is important that while coordination and integration both are essential for the organization success, there is a structural changes and then there can be challenges that can impede the effectiveness. Okay. So, understanding these challenges is very crucial, okay, to develop the strategies, because when you are developing the strategies, you can overcome them in an advance if you are little conscious about these challenges. Okay. So, what are the challenges? Let us try to look into. The first is resistance to change. Now, what happens is change is a process and nobody like to change. Everyone is in the same row and they like to see that everything is constant, life is cool. Okay. So, the first aspect coming is a cultural inertia. Employees may resist the changes to the established processes and structures due to the comfort level that they have with the status quo. Okay. Now, these resistance can hinder the efforts to implement new coordination and integration strategies. The second is a fear of job loss. So, changes in the organization structure or processes may lead to the fears about the job security. Employees might perceive integration efforts as a threat to their roles, leading to pushback against the new initiatives. Okay. Next is a silo mentality, that is the departmental barriers. Departments often operate independently and leading to a silo mentality where teams prioritize their own goals over the organizational objectives. Okay. These can create fragmentation and hinder collaboration. Next is a lack of interdepartmental communication, right. So, when the departments do not communicate effectively, valuable insights and information can be lost. Okay. So, these lack of communication, it can undermine both coordination and integration efforts. Next is inadequate technology. So, many times outdated system itself is a challenge. Many organizations rely on the outdated technology. Now, that does not support the effective coordination and integration. Incompatible systems, it can create barriers to the information sharing and collaboration. Another point is a lack of integration tools. So, without appropriate tools such as project management, software or collaborative platforms, coordinating activities across the departments becomes the challenging. Organizations may struggle to streamline the process and share the data. Okay. Next is complexity of the organization structure, where there is a layered hierarchies. What happens is, in the large organization, complex hierarchy can create obstacles to create coordination. Multiple layers of the management, it can slow decision making and communication. Next is diverse functional areas. So, organization with the diverse functional areas, it may face the difficulties in aligning the objectives and processes. So, each department may have its own priorities and making the integration more challenging. Another point is a misaligned objectives. So, it includes the conflicting priorities. Friends, when the departments have conflicting objectives, it can lead to competition rather than collaboration. So, misalignment, it can result in inefficiency and hinder the achievement of the overall organizational goals. Okay. Next is a lack of shared vision. So, without a clear and a shared vision, teams may work towards the different goals. So, these lack of alignment can create confusion and reduce the motivation. Next is a communication barriers. So, it includes the language and a jargon. Now, this becomes very important challenge, because in the organizations with a diverse culture, many times the languages and the jargon that you are using, it can create the misunderstandings. So, let me tell you that this can hinder the effective communication and the collaboration. Simplicity in the language and simple and a direct and a clear cut communication and collaboration is very important. Otherwise, it becomes a challenging. It also includes the geographical dispersal, where in the global organization, in the large organization, the companies like MNCs which are operating at a global level, the geographical dispersion and the zone differences and the cultural variations, it can lead to the delays and it can lead to the miscommunications also if you are not communicating effectively. Another point is a resource constraints, where importantly when we are saying resource, finance is coming in picture. So, limited budget, that is the first and the importance. Organizations may lack financial resources, okay, to invest in the tools and the training that are necessary. They feel that it is necessary and they feel that for the effective coordination and integration it is important, but then budget sometimes is a constraint and it can limit the ability to implement the new processes. Okay. Another limitation that is in general everyone is saying, that is the time limitation, right? People say that time is money, okay, and employees are often facing the time shortage due to the high workload that may happen and making it challenging to prioritize coordination and integration, which work to do first and which work to do later. It can lead to the rushed or incomplete collaboration, right? Another challenge which is very important from the leader's perspective, that is a leadership challenge. Friends, in any case, leader himself is not committed what would happen in the organization. Let's say you are a person, you are a student and you have to give an exam. Your parents are very committed. They are saying you give an exam with a focus, but you yourself are not committed, what would happen? So, in an organization also, if the head of the family, okay, or if the head of the organization or the leader himself, if he is not committed, then it leads to the problem in the coordination and integration. Employees may not see the importance of their initiatives, okay, because leadership support is a crucial for fostering the collaborative culture. Okay. So, ineffective communication from leaders also is playing a role. Many times leaders are not like that, but then they are ineffective. Okay. They are ineffective in communication, and so it creates a problem. Another point that is coming over here is how leaders must communicate. Okay. So, how leader must communicate the vision and the importance of the coordination and integration effectively. Poor communication can lead to confusion and disengagement among the employees. So, the challenges of the coordination and integration are significantly impact an organization's environment, effectiveness and the overall performance. Okay. By recognizing the right challenge and the obstacles, organizations can develop targeted strategies to overcome them, such as they can create a fostering of a culture of the collaboration, they can invest in a technology, they can ensure the alignment of the goals. So, somewhere when they know the challenges, they can lead to an environment where they can head on, okay, which is essential for creating a cohesive, agile organization that can thrive in a complex and a dynamic business environment. Friends, after understanding separately coordination and then integration importance, and then we try to look into the coordination and integration together and the challenges, let me summarize the session. So, again, can you jot down the points that you have learned in this session? Let me tell you. Let me summarize the session by saying that in today's dynamic business landscape, effective coordination and integration, they are not just advantageous, but they are prime essential for any organizational success, right? These elements can create a framework for collaboration, streamline the processes and align diverse functions towards the common objectives. By fostering open communication and breaking down silos, organizations can enhance efficiency, innovation and overall performance. However, challenges such as resistance to change, silo mentality, inadequate technology and misaligned objectives can hinder these efforts. Recognizing and addressing these challenges is crucial for creating a cohesive work environment. Ultimately, organizations that prioritize coordination and integration, they are better positioned to adopt market changes, they are better to respond to the customer needs and the demands, and they can definitely achieve the long-term sustainability. So, by committing to these principles, leader can cultivate a culture of collaboration that drives the success and enhances the organization's resilience in an ever-evolving landscape. So, as business continue to navigate the complexity and competition, the importance of the coordination and integration will only grow, making them indispensable component of the effective organizational strategy. I hope you are clear with all the fundamentals of the coordination and integration, and I am very sure that you would apply these fundamentals in your life when you work in any organization. So, I hope you like the session. Thank you.